Hi, it's a Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. It's officially time for me to do that blush video for you. And as I was talking about blushes in the comment section, one person, Lisa, was talking about how she's a blush hussy. And I love that. It cracked me up and I was like, I'm a blush hussy. I like anything for blush. Love, love, love. And if you're looking at my face, you're like, you could use some color on that face. Yes, let's put some blush on because right now, there's no contour, there's no bronzer, there's no nothing. I look like death on a cracker with eyes. But let me just tell you, I've got 3 different powder products and 3 different cream products and variations through most of them. These first 3 are all from RMS. Oops. Almost dropped them. But they came in a little trio at the holidays. And it's been a long time since I've tried the lip to cheek. And I thought it might be fun to try these on and see what they look like. I have been wearing 2 of these quite a bit and a couple others not so much. So this more nude one here is called Spell. Swirl my fingers in it. She's very subtle. This is definitely one of those products that if you didn't have fair skin or light skin, this may not show up on you at all. Now, it might be the perfect lip product because it is a little bit balmy without being too glossy. I think it's a really pretty shade, but it's super fair. The next shade that I have here is called Elusive, where I could really dig into the shade Spell. This one in Elusive, I feel like I have to make sure that I don't over apply and that I blend really well. It's a really pretty shade. Let me just push my hair back. This is what it looks like on the back of my hand right here. What's great about these is because they can be used on lips and cheeks, the formula is kind of perfect right in the middle where it's not too stiff, where it would stay really long time as a blush so that it would feel drying and unfortunate on the lips, but it's also not glossy so it would feel like really luscious on the lips that it would end up being too much on the cheeks and just kind of break up all your makeup. This is a really great middle of the road product that can be used in multiple ways on your face. And I really appreciate the formula nuance to this. I think that these are both beautiful shades and likely ones that I will reach for. I really like this blush because on my fair skin, it shows up as kind of like a tan. And not a tan as in like I got a tan, but like a tan shade. It's definitely a light caramel and it brings a really beautiful look and it builds a certain type of aesthetic. So if I was going more for an overall bronzed or a mocha mousse sort of look, this year's color of the year, I would reach for a blush like this. Last shade I have from RMS in the lip to cheek formula is this bright red. This is the shade Beloved. I'm a little worried. I've worn it on the lips. I have yet to wear it on the cheeks. So let's start with a little dab. Start blending it in. I don't know that I'll need any more than this on my fair skin. All right, here's Beloved on the face. It did actually stain my finger. I wasn't expecting that to happen. That was a little bit of a surprise, but I do think it's a really pretty shade and it tends to lean a little bit more on the pink as opposed to like red. And I don't know that I got it blended as well as I would have liked. I was kind of afraid to use my brush with it because I was thinking if I got anything at all on the brush that stained the brush, it would make it difficult to use for other things. But this is what it looks like on the back of the hand. And you can certainly build it up like this if you're wanting to wear it as a lip color, or you could really sheer it out. And when it's sheared out, it definitely has more of like a kind of a blushy pink look to it as opposed to a red. I did get a couple of the Super Cheeks Cream Blush from Beauty Pie. These were sent to me by a friend. I'm going to try on the shade Perfect Nude for you. This is one I have been wearing, and I'm very curious to see what it looks like next to the one from RMS. Because this is not a shade that I picked for me. This is a shade that my friend was like, I think you'd really like. And it's one that I've been looking at for a long time because this shade has been around for a while and I just never picked it up. But I think it's such a pretty blush. I feel like it has just a little bit more pink in it, just a touch more pink than the one from RMS. Let's just find out. Okay, I was wrong. There's a little bit more pink in the one from RMS. This one tends to be just a little bit more peach leaning. This Super Cheeque formula is so nice because it is very, very creamy, but it's also not glowy. And it's really easy to build. You can use your fingers, you can use a brush. It is like the perfect, easiest sort of cream product, especially if creams are new to you. For me, the downside to Beauty Pie is that you need to be a member. Well, you don't have to be a member, but you'll get the best deals on beauty if you are a member. There are some releases that are member exclusive, so that if you're not a member, you can't just buy it. But I think these are valued at $30, and the member price is somewhere in the teens. But if you wanted to buy this shade, you could go to the Beauty Pie website and buy it at the full price. The other shade that I have from Beauty Pie is the shade called Sexy Berry. And this is one that is a little bit punchier, and it's a very beautiful kind of ripe raspberry shade. I know raspberries can be a little bit more red leaning, but if you ever let them get like really ripe, they turn this really pretty deep shade. This one is so pretty. Oh, I love this shade. I feel like it's a really beautiful, easy to blend, easy to use formula. I feel like these are a little bit easier than the ones from RMS, especially this red shade in Beloved. But I feel like the lighter shades from RMS, and maybe it's just the shade, they're just a little bit balmier, where these are a little bit kind of fluffier, almost like a souffle of sorts. But it makes for a really beautiful, beautiful color on the cheeks, one that I like a lot. I picked up a couple of blushes from KJH Brand. I really love Katie Jane Hughes as a makeup artist. I think she has a beautiful perspective. I picked up this shade here in Soft Raisin. Here is Soft Raisin. Swatches like this. It is so beautiful. This is one of those formulas that I like because it is matte, it is blurring, and it stays all day. Not all cream products stay all day. Now, here's where you want to keep in mind that it is the dead of winter. I am not in my normally kind of a little bit more glowy state. I have combo skin that leans combo oily. I'm not dealing with a lot of those same levels of natural glow that I would have. This is the winter state, and this is great because it stays beautifully. I'm really curious to see how these wear in summertime, because that's when I get a little bit more glow on my face overall. But these have been hanging in like a champ, both on the lips and the cheeks. I prefer them on the cheeks. I think they're absolutely stunning, and I really, really like this formula. Let me throw the other one on for you. Here's the shade Soft Tomato. Here's what it looks like. It definitely has more of a warm sort of kind of slight orangey lean to it, but there is a red to this. I feel like this is a little bit more natural looking on my skin than the one from RMS. This is more of a cool red. This is a warm red, and the warm red looks just a little bit more natural, like my natural flush. The other one looked like I had pink sitting on top of my cheek. A lot of that depends on what your undertone is, but I feel like these formula-wise here are superior. They're very easy to blend. They last all day. These guys are my new favorite. These are the two that I can't stop reaching for, especially the shade here in Soft Tomato. I recently did a video featuring all of the shades of the Cheeque Terra collection from What's Up Beauty. I'll link that for you in the description box down below and right here as well. But it goes through 2 of the 4 bronzers. I have 2 of those. And then all 4 shades. As I was looking for the shades today, I could only find 3 of the blushes. So I'll swatch these 3 for you today. But if you wanted to see what the lightest shade looks like, the shade 10, you're definitely going to want to go and check that video. And I did the same thing there, just cheek swatches on my face without any bronzer or highlight. This is shade number 20, Serene Sienna. The one that I couldn't find is shade number 10, which is the lightest one. But I'm just going to use the brush that comes from What's Up Beauty. The thing that I like most about these is that they are matte, but they're buildable. I don't ever really feel like I have to worry about touching something down to my face. Remember, like with the RMS in that bright red shade, I was like, this might be too much. I never have that problem with these. These just build beautifully until I get to the point that I'm like, okay, yeah, That's where I want to be. That's really happy. And so this one right here is a Serene Sienna, shade number 20. Shade number 30 is Relaxed Roma. This is the one I've probably been using the most. These build so beautifully. I am absolutely over the moon for this formula. This formula is stunning. And there is a difference. This one tends to be a little bit peachier. This one tends to be a little bit more mauve, but the difference is subtle. I don't know that if I left the house today, I would be too worried about one cheek looking different than the other. But you could certainly build up more if you want to. Let's, just for the fun of it, take a minute and really build up the side that I was just working on, so you can see that you can definitely get more color out of this than I'm ever probably gonna need. There is a lot of pigment to be had in these. You just have to make sure you're building it to your desired level. Compared to the two, I should have stopped a while ago, but I wanted you to see that they are buildable. And even though I am going in with kind of a light hand because I have fair skin, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have the pigment possible to really deliver for you. The last shade from What's Up Beauty is this one here in number 40. This is Gentle Geneva. Because this is the deepest shade, this one here is one that I have to be myself a little bit more careful of. I normally will tap my brush off before I touch it down to my skin, and I forgot to do that, and now it's definitely feeling a little too intense, but it is a very, very lovely shade. Here are all the shades: shade number 20, shade number 30, shade number 40. And if you want to see shade number 10, don't forget to check that video that I have linked in my description box for you. Another new blush in my collection is this one here from YSL. This is the Make Me Blush Powder. I have this one here in Restless Rose. It is one of the satin formulas, so it's not completely flat matte. It's peachy, but has a pink lean. This is Restless Rose from YSL. Last blush I have for you is from Ravie Beauty. This is the Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush, and I have the shade Paradise. I'm also using Ravie's brush. This is their blush brush. It's such a pretty, subtle blush. It looks like it would be like pretty strong, but it's not. This one, along with the ones from What's Up Beauty, are baked blushes, and they are baked and made in Italy. Both brands make their products in Italy. And I really love how soft and gentle this blush is without it being too much. I feel like I can, again, another one that's very buildable, one that I feel like I can just slather on and not worry too much about, did I get too much on? I don't ever feel like I get to that point. Could I really build it up? Yes, I could. But I definitely like the place that this gets me just by throwing on a little bit. I'm going to finish my face by throwing on a little bit of bronzer and a little bit of highlight and a little bit of setting spray, and I'll be right back. I wouldn't say there's a single bad blush in the bunch. I like them all. The one I'm probably least likely to use on a regular basis is this red one here in Beloved, just because it's the wrong shade of red that I like to see on my face. I have been pulling a lot for the red from KJH Brand that is called Soft Tomato. If I'm going to go for a red blush, I'm leaning more this route than this route. Formula-wise, out of all the cream blushes, these ones here are my favorite. And formula-wise, out of all the powder blushes, this one right here from Ravie Beauty is my favorite, with a close second of this. I'm not saying that I don't like the YSL, but these baked blushes that are buildable are exactly what I'm looking for. Whereas the one from YSL, and it could be the shade that I got, that if I'm not careful, it's like, whoa! 1980s called, they want their blush back. I feel like the blushes that I've had the longest and I've trust the most are these Super Cheeks, not because I've had these two shades, but I have 5 other shades from Beauty Pie. So this makes number 6 and number 7. So if I have 7 blushes in the same formula from the same brand, I think that says a lot. They're beautiful. They wear really, really, really well. The pigment lasts a long time. They're super easy to blend. I mean, almost stupid easy. Like, you really have to do very, very little work, and they look so lovely on the face. I will say that these lip to cheeks are probably, out of all of them, a really interesting formula. These are the ones that I'm going to slip in my purse. These are the ones when I need a little bit of lip color and a little bit of blush and I'm not wearing any makeup. This is what I'm reaching for. These are also the ones where if I feel like I'm losing color throughout the day with whatever else I put on, I would top it with one of these little guys here. I do like the fact that they're smaller than the regular RMS Lip to Cheek size pots, because those pots are, you know, probably twice as big. But I like this little teeny tiny size here. This little trio of minis is great because this means I can pop them in my purse and take them with me. And I'm just as likely to use these as a lip product as well as a cheek product. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed me showing you all my favorite new blushes, being a little blush hussy for you. Let me know if you are a blush fan. What's your favorite formula? What shade do you have over and over again in your collection? Or if you struggle with blush and you need some advice, what are you looking for when you're getting a blush? Are you looking for toned? Are you looking for color? Are you looking for intensity? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'll have all of these listed in the description box. Just keep in mind they're affiliate links. You can use them or not, but when you do, it does help to support my channel, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching today. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.